Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Cryptic Talent here, bringing you a video on Warzone. It's going to be basically a class setup, but I'm not going to do it like, I'm going to do it a bit differently. It's going to involve 3 class setups that I normally use. Let's just get into it real quick. I'm not going to say that using a specific class makes you a better player or increases your ability to play the game. I'm just going to say that these are the favorite class setups that I use playing Call of Duty. So without any further ado, let's get into this. I'd say the main class that I normally rock in this game is the M4A1 class. Yes, it is the overused, and I'd say the overpowered M4A1, almost zero recoil. But I'll just run you through the class right now. So I run the primary weapon as the M4A1. So let's just jump into the gunsmith real quick. So these are my attachments that I use with it. I kind of alternate, so I'll go through them one by one anyway. So the muzzle is the monolithic suppressor, which is a must for every weapon. I think it keeps you off the radar, so it's really a win-win. You need this is like a necessary attachment that I normally use on every single weapon. The barrel, it's going to be the stock M16 Grenadier. As you can see, it increases bullet range, bullet velocity, recoil control. The only downside to it is that it kind of makes the weapon a little more slower. The aim down sight speed is also a little bit slower, but we will counteract that with another attachment. But for the most part, stock M16 Grenadier, yeah. But I also run the Corvus Custom Marksman. It's in essence is the same thing, but it just more so aesthetically pleasing to have the Corvus Custom Marksman on there, because in my opinion, it does look better than the Grenadier. But you know, I mean, just personal preference. But I suggest you just leave the other ones out of it. So Commando, Tac Light, Predator, I wouldn't even use them. Yes, this does kill 2 birds with 1 stone using the silencer and the barrel in the same attachment, but it doesn't give you any of that increased bullet range, bullet velocity and recoil control. I don't rock any of the other top row items, so no laser, no optic, no stock. Underbarrel, it's a bit of a weird one here. I could opt for the Ranger foregrip, which I normally use on most of my loadouts. However, it does decrease your aiming and your aim down sight and your movement speed quite a lot. So I just stick with the Commander foregrip on this one, as it gives you recoil stabilization, aiming stability. Movement speed affects you a little bit, but not too much, so you not really need to worry about that too much. Like I said, in terms of the Ranger, it does give you recoil control, but this gun is good enough already in the recoil aspect, so I wouldn't really recommend putting anything else other than the Commander foregrip on this. Ammunition, definitely you're going to be using the 60 round mags. It does boost your ammunition by quite a lot, so it does vary on the situation though. It's like close range, I wouldn't recommend using this gun. It's just more so for medium to long range distances. However, with the 60 round mags, you are going to be able to take out full teams considering your accuracy. I'm not going to claim to be the best player out there, but I am still learning quite a lot of things myself. But this gun does work for me, so here it goes. And finally, the last perk of the gun would be the rubberized grip tape, because it does give you the recoil control on this, which is a must. I'd either go for the stippled or the rubberized. If you think that you can control the recoil, I'd go for the stippled grip tape, because it does increase your aim down sight and the split to fire speed. So it does counteract the cons of the barrel. But I suggest you give this gun a try, see how you are with it. As always, I rock a RPG secondary class. We'll move on to the perk side. It's going to be Cold Blooded, which I rock as perk 1. Perk 2 is going to definitely be Ghost, because it does keep you out of the heartbeat sensors and the UAVs, so that's like a must. I think everybody in Warzone rocks this Ghost as a second perk. I'm not even going to lie, because end game you don't rarely see anybody rocking anything else. Cold Blooded, I'd say it's not really a must. So if you want to add anything else like double time, running faster, but I wouldn't really recommend it because you won't really be needing it. Like Scavenger, I wouldn't also recommend that, because you're not going to be running around picking up extra ammunition, if you know what I mean. You just buy them at the shop, where you could just like get a munitions box or something like that. So I wouldn't really recommend Scavenger. I'd stick to Cold Blooded. And finally, for perk 3 is definitely going to be Tracker, because it does help you out those situations where close quarters, you have some people camping in a building, or you have a team attacking you. You know where they go, you know where they run by the footprints they leave behind. So this is definitely my perk selection for all the weapons that I have. So I don't really rock anything else. This is all I use. Right, for the lethal, I'd say C4. if you're not rocking the RPG. If you want to basically rock anything other than the RPG, I'd suggest putting up a C4 class. However, I use the RPG, so I don't really need a C4 because I'd land my bullets, I land my shots with the RPG. So the C4 is like out of question for me, and plus it's a bit slower than the Semtex. You can just throw this and be done with it, but C4 you need to actually be there and present. But it's just personal preference really. It's either C4 or Semtex definitely. And for the tactical, I'd say when Warzone first came out, heartbeat sensors were very useful. However, right now, because people are starting rocking Ghost a lot more, I don't think it is as good as it was before. I should rock it because I feel comfortable with it now, so I don't really need to use anything else. You'll realize later in the next class setups that I'm in. So yeah, that's my main class that I rock through this game, M4A1. It's decent, it's very good. Yeah, okay, so moving on. This next gun that I'm going to be moving on to, you might not agree with me, however, I think is amazing. I think is really good. It's the AK-47. It's a really, really powerful gun. I've literally taken out full squads with this gun without even reloading, so I'll run you through this up in a second. But this gun does have a negative stigma around it, about its recoil and all that, but I don't really care. It's the AK-47. I've played a lot of CODs in my life. I've never not used the AK-47, so I thought it's going to be one of my top guns. So like I said, let's just go through the gunsmith real quick. Definitely, like I said, for all the muzzle types, it's going to be a monolithic suppressor for the reasons I mentioned earlier. Sound suppression, damage range. It does give you damage range. Monolithic suppressor, I forgot to mention it in the earlier class. It's really good in terms of it keeps your damage over long distances, but I wouldn't be using this gun for long distance fighting because it's not the best in the recoil sector. However, for the close and medium range, it does a good job. I'm not saying it's the best, but it does a good job. Barrel is going to be the 23.0 Romanian. It is locked because I have used the glitch. If you want me to explain how the glitch works, if you just put it down in the comment section below, I will be explaining how this works. However, it's not going to be any point to it because they have patched it recently, so I don't think you can use it anymore. But yeah, like I said, the 23.0 Romanian, it gives you the same as the RPK barrel. So if you look, it gives you the damage range, the bullet velocity, and the recoil control, which is a must. The recoil control is the most important aspect about the AK-47. It does need recoil control in the majority of its attachments because its recoil is all over the place if you don't put them on. So yeah, the 23.0 Romanian is the best barrel for this gun in my opinion, because it does give you a grip with it as well. So if you can see, 23.0 barrel with a built-in solid wooden grip. So then it doesn't give you an option for the underbarrel, so then it gives you an option to add another attachment. So I think that's good in my opinion anyway, because it does give you 2-in-1. For the ammunition, it's going to be the 75 round drum mags. Okay, I need to mention something important right now. With the drum mags, the gun movement speed will decrease drastically, so I'd suggest either you run the 75 round drum mags or the 40 round mags. In my opinion, it's the same thing. However, with the 75 round drum mags, you can get out of a lot more trickier situations without having to worry about reloading. You just go all out. It's like you're carrying a portable LMG, if you know what I mean. But moving on, for the grip, I use the rubberized grip tape. Like I said before, it's just to control the recoil a little bit more. I wouldn't suggest putting anything else on because the gun itself is slow. It's not the fastest gun in the game. However, like I said, it does have quite a lot of damage. It does shred through enemy players. Yeah, so with that being said, let's move on to the last attachment of the gun, which is going to be the field LMG stock. This is just going to help you with the stability long range if you ever encounter those situations when you're playing the game. It's going to help you in those kind of medium to long range battles that you're having. So yeah, overall that's the AK-47 class setup that I'll be running. With that being said, let's move on to the sorry, I forgot to mention something real quick. With these attachments, you're not getting 5, like I said, you're getting 6 with the barrel, as the barrel contains an underbarrel also. So it is a good setup. I enjoy using it now and then. I don't use it all the time because, like I said, M4A1 is my main gun that I use in this game. However, just when I get sick of it, when it doesn't be treating me nice now and then, I get onto using this AK-47. Right, this, like I said, same exact secondary weapon, same exact perks, same lethal, same tactical. I don't rock anything else. I think this works for me, so this is down to your own personal preference. You can change it up. I wouldn't recommend using anything like the frag, the claymore, the molotov, the throwing knife. Throwing knife definitely not, unless you want to run around knifing only, but I wouldn't recommend that. You're not going to get too many kills. And for the tactical, I wouldn't recommend using anything else other than the stun grenade or the heartbeat sensor. These are the two main important tacticals I think you're going to need. If you want to play like more of a laid back support role, if you need to revive your teammates like more of a battlefield medic kind of role, I would definitely attach a smoke grenade onto that, just for them tricky revive situations where you have a lot of people just aiming at you, trying to kill down players. You just throw a smoke grenade and get you easy revive. But apart from that, I'd suggest rocking the heartbeat sensor and the stun grenade. Yeah, so moving on to my final. You know what, this gun, it speaks for itself. It's going to be the MP5. This is my all-time favorite close range, close counter kind of setup. So what I would normally do is when I drop into a Warzone game and when we save out $10,000 for a loadout, this is the main class I use. This is the class that I go to. So like I said earlier, because I don't have the RPG on this class, I rock a C4 just for them vehicles now and then. But this is the ultimate close range loadout. A lot of people would disagree, saying the MP7 is better. However, I've had experiences with the MP7 which I don't really like too much. It is a really, really good gun. As you can see, I've got it set up. I use it now and then. However, the MP5 is, I'm telling you, this gun has blown me away. Let's just quickly run through the attachments that I rock for this. It's going to be the monolithic suppressor. Surprise, surprise. Like I said, it is the best muzzle in the game. I'd suggest you rock it all the time. You want to always stay off that radar. You want to give your enemies the least amount of opportunity to try and get you spotted on the map. So it is what it is. It's what I use. So it's what I like to use. I skipped the barrel because we don't really need to add a barrel onto this. Tac laser is the last one. You unlock it at level 57 on the gun. Tac laser is just all pros. I can't really see the pros and cons right now, but I think it's faster aim down sight speed, faster movement speed, and then it gives you one more pro and then a couple of cons, but it doesn't really matter, and that's what I rock. Stock, I use the collapsible stock. That's why it's called, but yeah, F-Tac collapsible. It's the last stock on the gun. I just rock it because I do. I really don't have no other reasons for it. Underbarrel, I'd say it's either because the MP5 has way more recoil than the MP7, you would want to add a recoil control foregrip on it. This Ranger foregrip does give you a recoil control. It doesn't really mention the pros and cons. It's not really a good video to demonstrate that, but I would update this on a future video once I get this gun fully ranked out. Ammunition. Right, this is up for debate. I've seen a lot of streamers online and we've seen a lot of YouTube videos stating that we need to be using the 30 round mags. However, anything that decreases a gun's recoil or fire rate, it's a negative for me. So I wouldn't even care that it gives you more damage or range. I need the recoil control, because otherwise you're not going to be hitting your shots. Depending on how good of a player you actually are. I'm on console, so we use analog sticks. It's not really the most accurate solution out there, considering that the PC players use mouse or keyboard, which is way more accurate. However, I would just suggest using the 45 round mags, and that's about it. That's the 5 attachments that we've got for the MP5. The secondary, I need to mention these weapons. They just recently come out with the Kimbos. That's what I call them, the Magnum. What's the actual name for it? .357 mag. Right. This gun, I've not kind of leveled it up. I've just started recently using it. However, as a secondary to the MP5 close range, this is like a shotgun with unlimited bullets, and I'm telling you, you would not want to go back after using these weapons. It's really, really powerful online. It's like a 1-2 shot kill, full armored. So it is what it is. It gets you out of sticky situations. So like I said, let's just run you through the attachments that I rock for it. It's the barrel, 3.357 long, so it makes the barrel longer. The tactical laser, like I said, I rock this because of the movement speed, accuracy and all that. So trigger action is the lightweight trigger. The lightweight trigger gives you better fire rate, and it just decreases the aiming stability, but it doesn't really care because you're going to be popping off close range, so you don't really need to care too much about aiming stability. And the perk you want to rock is that Kimbo, so you get 2 other guns in hand. Let me just put something out there. A lot of people do play the Gulag, and I'd say the .357 mag is one of the worst guns you can have in the Gulag. because of his accuracy. It's ridiculous. It's a crap gun in general. The fire rate is so slow. So I'd suggest running a akimbo. With the akimbo, it's near impossible to miss your shots, considering you're not trying to shoot somebody long range. Close range, you're going to hit your shots, and you're going to more than likely win the confrontation that you're having with the enemy player. With that being said, I rock Cold-Blooded Ghost and Tracker. The benefit of this class is the fact that the secondary weapon is a handgun, so you don't really need to run the overkill perk. I see a lot of people running the overkill perk with 2 assault rifles, or assault rifle and sniper, or assault rifle and a submachine gun, or whatever. But with this, it's all allowed, so you can run the Ghost class. So like I said, this is a early game class for me. I use this just to get in and out, get my first few kills, get all looted up, and then I just pick one of these loadout drops coming in the zone just for my M4A1 class, and then I swap the secondary of my M4A1 to the MP5 class, which gives me Ghost, Cold-Blooded, Tracker, as well as having 2 different sort of weapons, so close range and long range weapon. And yeah, that's about it, guys. That's the 3 weapons that I wanted to discuss today. They will do you good. I know there's a lot of different people, a lot of different players out there, but they will give you a chance trying to rack in a few kills here and there. But yeah, I hope you guys try this out, and if you like the video, please don't forget to press the like button down below, and if you want more of these sort of videos, please put it down in the comment section. I will adhere to your requests. With that being said, thank you very much for watching. Take it easy.